Hello, everybody. This is Leroy Collins, your governor. It's quite apparent to all of us in Florida that our great state is in a challenging stage of development and of growth. We have it in our power to speed that development and to mold from it a prosperous Florida of the future. It is the duty of those of us you have entrusted with authority and responsibility to provide leadership in that direction, to channel the enthusiasm for Florida and its wonderful opportunities into courses of action that promote increased industrial activity, more jobs for our citizens, wider distribution of the products of our land, and greater enjoyment of the vast sunshine playground by our visitors and also by ourselves. As your governor, I have delegated this assignment of charting and stimulating our growth to the Florida Development Commission. And we have drawn the commission members from the active, intelligent, and progressive leaders of our business communities. Although officially this agency must be known as the Florida Development Commission, I think of it as your Development Commission. I call it your Development Commission, and you'll see why in this report from your fine and outstanding Commission Chairman, J. Saxton Lloyd.
Thank you, Governor. All of us in Florida can be mighty proud of the fact that we are just about the fastest growing state in the nation. Prouder still that we continue to grow. But as Governor Collins has pointed out, this same growth presents us with responsibilities as well as opportunities. We must keep pace with the needs created by this great migration to our land of sunshine and plan for the even greater expansion we know is to come. The story of mid-20th century Florida is really an amazing one. But for those of us who have been a part of the story, it is easy to understand. Florida, tourist paradise, tropical vacation wonderland, sunshine and cool breezes. And so this wonderful state became the mecca of thousands upon thousands of visitors who liked what they found here so much that they came back to stay. We are writing new and exciting chapters to that story every day and every week. As our communities expand beyond their former limits, as the new concentrations of population create demand for goods and services and open wide the doors of opportunity, we find it all mirrored in the activities and projects of your Development Commission. As Governor Collins envisioned the task of the Commission, it was to give aid in developing community projects within the state and to represent Florida adequately and honestly to the nation and the world. My report will tell how the Commission represents Florida and describe how your community may use the Commission and its services. Each section of our state is represented on the Development Commission, one member of each of the 8 congressional districts. At regular commission meetings in its Capitol Center offices, policy is set, work of various departments is reviewed, and future assignments are outlined. No meeting is complete without a review of the new prepared by our Advertising and Promotion Department and presented for approval by our Executive Director and the Director of Advertising and Promotion, as well as the Administrative Director of the Improvement Division. Your Development Commission continuously and effectively tells the Florida story of sunshine and breeze-swept beaches, and rest and relaxation, fun and enjoyment to entice Mr. and Mrs. America and the family down to our vacation land. The Advertising Division handles preparation of ad material to be inserted in publications with national circulation up in the regions of blistering heat and freezing cold. These ads can be measured for effectiveness by the number of replies we get. letters returning the coupons that say, "Please send us more information about Florida." Some of those letters require special attention to answer specific inquiries, and we are always prompt in making our replies. There are many inquiries that can be answered by form letters, and the automatic typewriters enable us to handle these speedily and efficiently. But of the thousands upon thousands of requests we receive, it seems that many prospective tourists want to see our colorful descriptive folders, to get something to read on those cold winter nights when they can dream about heading south for a vacation in Florida. Your own community undoubtedly is represented in this booklet rack with material prepared by your local organizations or Chamber of Commerce. This is one important means of community service by your Development Commission, helping to answer requests for information about Florida and specific localities in the continuing stream of material leaving our offices for the North. Today, your Development Commission supervises the work of the State News Bureau and its staff of cameramen, photographers, and writers. Our crews constantly travel about the state, producing the pictorial evidence of our claim of being America's favorite vacation land. The photos are furnished to magazines and newspapers for use as they desire. The News Bureau maintains its publicity contacts with all media and is anxious to give service to editors requiring special material. Your Development Commission wants you to keep its News Bureau advised of special community projects which can carry the name of your city and of Florida into the newspapers, over radio, or on television. Specialists in the News Bureau are available to advise on proper publicity procedures and, in some cases, to assist in arrangements. This is all part of the overall project of keeping Florida foremost in the minds of those millions of prospective visitors who make the tourist industry our major industry. Our efforts are devoted to putting down a barrage of films for use on TV, of stories on the news wires, and picture layouts for the magazines and newspapers. There are features of every town and city and region that make good story and picture material. Our News Bureau has already exploited many of these, but new materials and new ideas emerge constantly, and with them, we can continue to make the American traveler think of Florida when he thinks of a vacation. Our efforts go beyond the continental United States. The Latin American Affairs and International Trade section of your Development Commission handles the placing of advertisements to develop trade, tourism, and cultural relations with the Latin American countries. The inquiries resulting from our ads and from personal contacts are channeled to business organizations throughout Florida. Throughout this whole broad program aimed at attracting the tourist, we haven't forgotten that the traveler must be made aware that we appreciate his visit to the state. So your Development Commission maintains a series of welcome stations along our major highway entrances to the state. With the good wishes of the Citrus Commission and growers, travelers are given a refreshing glass of Florida's liquid sunshine, fresh, cool orange juice. Now, all of us in Florida are aware of the fact that the tourist industry and agriculture have made great strides in stabilizing our state's economy. But with the steady migration of new residents into Florida, we must face the fact that our economic base must be broader, that we must work and plan to provide jobs, to help industry to launch itself and to grow. Long-range development of industry suited to Florida conditions is a major goal of your Development Commission. Our Industrial Division has as its primary mission the task of giving assistance to the expansion of Florida industry to service our growing population demands and ranging the country over to sell Florida as the most desirable location for new industrial and distribution facilities. Every community in the state has an interest in this project of industrial growth in helping to develop continuing payrolls, increased and steady employment of its citizens. And our Industrial Division is available to give assistance. It is building a library of information about Florida to help you answer the questions of prospective manufacturers. It has provided detailed information in a Florida Fact Kit, which is dispatched to answer inquiries resulting from the Commission's advertising program. Of course, the decision to move an existing plant to a new location or to establish another production unit is a major step for any organization, and it isn't done simply by writing letters. Our Industrial Division Director is available to help you carry through the selling job in person, fortified with the detailed information on Florida any prospective plant owner will require. We can give ready assistance to your community leaders in your bid for new payrolls, new jobs. Furthermore, our selling tours with Governor Collins through the centers of industry in the nation have generated added interest. We are confident that Florida's advantages are being recognized and that industrial expansion will be accelerated. Working together, we can sell Florida to the prospective industry for the benefit of the individual community and therefore the state as a whole. Most of your attention up to this point has been centered on your Development Commission's activities to attract people and industry to the state. But our overall program carries forward the responsibility of working towards specific improvements and objectives needed within the state. Those needs have arisen in many cases as the direct result of that great migration to our Sunshine State. We must keep our house in order for the entertainment and enjoyment of our visitors. So we have set up a Revenue Bond Division to build and maintain the public buildings and works and facilities needed for state purposes. Your Development Commission is the only agency of the state given authority to issue revenue bonds. Our advertisements help to make Florida a vacationer's mecca, but we also must provide visitors with the means of reaching our famed resorts and vacation hideaways. Through the Revenue Bond Division, the Commission has financed 22 road and bridge projects throughout the state at a total cost of about $74 million. 7 buildings to house state agencies were built at a cost of about $2 million. Revenue from tolls and rentals are applied to liquidate this indebtedness, and after the bonds are retired, the state of Florida takes title to the project. Your Development Commission has also been named the responsible authority to cooperate with Florida's growing aviation interests. One of the important assignments is to foster safety campaigns and provide charts, air markers, directories for the air travelers making use of our flying fields. The rapid development of private air travel will find Florida ready to provide facilities and services, and the Aviation Division is on call to assist local or private organizations in further development of our network of landing fields. Let's look now at another major field of close cooperation between your Development Commission and the communities. With a vast increase in our population came the dire need to build adequate hospital facilities in almost every section of Florida. We now have a multi-million-dollar hospital building program in full swing. The Hospital Construction Division works in close cooperation with the city, county, or private groups who initiate building programs. It also handles funds allocated by the federal government to aid these approved projects. There is in almost every community in Florida today a need for additional facilities to care for the sick. The Hospital Construction Division is working with many communities to develop building programs, stir local interest in financing, and to coordinate the proper planning of all proposed facilities. The task of catching up with our requirements is a great one, but close cooperation between the communities and the Commission will help to speed the day when our goal is to be reached. Now, this is Camp Blanding in Northeast Florida, a key point in operation of the Development Commission's Surplus Property Division. The division was created to acquire a share of surplus military supplies and to channel them to community and state institutions. When federal surplus property is made available to the states, our division screens all equipment for potential use by community organizations and advises all groups of its availability. The division makes proper application for the property to be purchased, arranges for pickup and delivery to our Camp Blanding warehouses. Our Surplus Property Division handled orders for approximately $6 million worth of equipment in the last year and arranged for its delivery to schools, hospitals, and clinics in Florida communities. The receiving institution units then were invoiced for acquiring and handling the equipment, and payments received from them to keep the Surplus Property Division's revolving fund in balance and available for investment in new equipment to aid basic community institutions. All this, then, is the challenge facing those of us who strive to make your Development Commission an effective help to you and your communities in this era of our Sunshine State's amazing growth. We share your enthusiasm for the future of Florida's economy while we chart our course through problems of the present period of expansion. That course carries us forward in the task of attracting more and more millions of tourists to rest and relax and find enjoyment in our sunny vacation lands. It spurs our efforts to build the industrial potential of our state upon the natural advantages of a healthful climate and pleasant living conditions for the skilled workmen in our growing labor force. And it enables us to lend our aid and support in the building of a community life that is truly in the Florida tradition.